everyone, and welcome to AMHQ Early. It is Wednesday, April 20th, 2016. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno, and Aridis Rodriguez will be joining me this morning as well. We'll get right to the big story today, which is still the recovery from the flooding in Texas on the Shenandoah National Park that has closed parts of Skyline Drive and been affecting hikers on the Appalachian Trail there, closing a stretch of trail. Through the dry and the heat is a problem. We're going to keep it warm again tomorrow as well. Again, things will change when this front comes through on Friday. Temperatures in Pittsburgh warm today, tomorrow getting a little closer to average by Friday with rain. For other big weather stories, let's go over to Aridis.
Brush fires in California earlier this year. Better to be safe than sorry.
Oh, yes, and we've been watching those apartments on the Pacific coast there for quite a while. Now, let's go back into the Midwest and talk about the rain coming your way. We say good morning to you in the Windy City, Chicago. You're waking up to temperatures in the 50s, a little warmer than yesterday. We've got rain, though, coming our way and some possible thunderstorms. So let's take a look at how everything's going to pan out for us today in the Midwest. Temperatures this morning, a lot of 50s and 60s. We're going to see things warming up right into the afternoon again today. A lot of warmth in Indiana, in Ohio, down to Kentucky. You're going to see temperatures hitting the 80s. Chicago, we're going to hit 72 degrees as well today. So warm today, warm tomorrow. Friday, Chicago, we've got this upper level low, on the move, and finally by Friday it moves out. And although it sort of gets spread out and strung out, and it's not really a true core upper level low anymore, it does have a little pocket of cold air with it. And what do you know, Chicago, we get it. 52 degrees on Friday, so we are running then on the cool side, but we warm back up over the weekend. Cleveland for us, bad timing. We've had such a beautiful week temperature-wise. 70 today, 73 tomorrow. That's above our average of 61. Then we drop below average on Friday, and on Saturday we're going to track that front, that area of low pressure through, so we cool down a little bit, warm back up on Sunday, but then by Monday and Tuesday we're actually cooling back down again. It's an interesting forecast getting into the Northeast by next week. We got some cooler air kind of settling in, so New York State, get ready. We're not quite done with the big changes of spring just yet. We can't be in summer mode yet. And here it is. Look at your forecast for the weekend. Get you into the weekend and then take a look at those Saturday and Sunday forecasts. So the rest of this week is going to be still tracking this stuck pattern. Today we're still stuck in the middle of the country. Things get unstuck by tomorrow, and we will see that chance for showers moving east. Chicago to Indianapolis to Pittsburgh, rain coming into the area. Not yet into Atlanta just yet, but gets there by Friday. At least through mid to late day, you're going to have some showers in the area through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, but this is finally a progressive pattern. So by Saturday, it's heading off the coast. A couple of showers left in South Florida. Then the Northwest becomes very active with rain coming back in. Big drops in temperatures compared to where we've been. Temperatures in Seattle back to the 50s with rain spreading in across the northern tier. Coming up, more on that widespread flooding. It's done in
movies like The Hobbit. They shot in 4K, but they're much smaller and they're digital and they don't have to send the tape back to Earth.
And that's why we can see so much. I mean, it's amazing what you can see. So
when we find life,
what they can see
out in space, they're gonna have these cameras.
That's right. you will get caught on camera doing everything these days, right? Always caught. All right, let's take a look at what we've been catching in our rain buckets these days, our rain gauges, which is the rain. So big rain has come in, of course, to Houston. We want to show you another way of looking at where some of the tremendous rain has fallen. This is here in the Houston area, north and west of town, and especially west of town. We had that big rain that happened on Monday actually extended back along the I-10 corridor in between Houston and San Antonio. Cantori and I were talking about how this I-10 corridor is just in Texas set up right in an area that gets big rain events and can deal with flooding. So unfortunately that did happen this week. Today's weather that we've been watching for you is a big cluster of thunderstorms, a mesoscale convective system as we like to call it. It's pretty big out there. It fills up most of North Texas. It's on the move, and it's going to be moving into southeastern Texas, and that will bring the risk of severe weather to Austin, back to Houston, up to Shreveport, and down to Lake Charles. So here's how things pan out today. Upper level low, still with us, still part of our weather story. This is going to be just helping to keep things unsettled, helping to keep that generally southerly flow here right across the southern plains. What's also been very important in our forecast is this boundary. The boundary is actually finally starting to make a move, but it's kind of been stuck right here, right across portions of the plains. Today it's set up right here. You can see slicing right through central Texas and Oklahoma, and ahead of it is where we have that cluster of thunderstorms. We're going to see that continue to propagate today days. We watch it this morning. It's moved pretty much through the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Still have rain back left behind, but the worst of the weather in terms of the gusty winds and the big lightning and thunder is through. Dallas, you can see it's wet. All roads in Dallas are wet right now. Some of the stronger storms are now moving right along 45 and I-20, and that's where you encounter some of that blinding rain out there. This whole cluster is on the move, and we'll get that into Texas as we get you through the afternoon. Tonight, another cluster of storms expected to develop, and we'll see that into tomorrow become the weather maker that we will again track right through the big Lone Star State and then eventually into portions of Louisiana and Arkansas. So we have 2 more days of this here in Texas with the rain.
And it's going over areas that just don't